Hello everyone, this is Jalapeno and welcome to the next installment of the Eaveecraft Business Let's Play tutorial series. Today we're going to be doing something very simple. I'm going to be showing you how to have the Applied Energistics Network automatically start crafting or smelting items when your stock of something gets a little low. As you remember when we were doing the steel tank here, it requires a lot of steel to make this all happen. A few hundred ingots, maybe a little less, but still, when an ingot takes 3 or 4 minutes to make, it can take a while if you're out. But at the same time, iron is a precious commodity, so we don't want all our coal coke and all our iron smelted into steel. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off, and we are going to add a precision export bus. The reason why we're using a precision one is because we want to have multiple items going into this blast furnace. So right now it's not configured to have everything, or have anything I should say. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to switch to redstone mode to saying that it's only active if there's a signal. And then I'm going to get, I don't have any coal coke actually. I might, I think I was smelting one, yes I did, specifically for this. Go me. Alright, so we'll put, we want to have coal coke going here. And we'll put that we want iron to go in there. And it really doesn't matter if you have move single item or full stacks. I'm going to use single items for now simply because it won't take long to fill this up. And with the full stack version, it uses more MJ than the single mode. So while it might be useful for initially dumping the materials in, when it goes to put in one new item, whether it's iron or a coal coke, it's going to use a lot more MJ moving forward than it will if it's in single movement mode. So we're just going to leave it like that. I have moved my coal coke furnace over, and I am just going to be adding an export bus to it. And we are going to want coal in here. So there we go. Now I have just over 2,700 coal, and I'm getting more all the time. So I am probably going to eventually put a limiter to this, but for now I'm not going to worry. So the piece of equipment that we need next is called a level limiter, which is made like so. It's all components we've seen before, which also means it should be really easy to craft. If we're lucky, I need a redstone torch, which I have not created a pattern for. And I'm going to have to upgrade my assembler chamber soon. I'm running out of pattern space again. So everything is crafted. So in here somewhere should be our level emitter. Alright. So now what we want to do is attach our level emitter to the network, and we want it to face... Well, first off, I want to set it. Now what you do in here is you basically specify whether you want a signal to be shown or a signal to be active or not active depending on certain settings. I'm actually just going to grab a piece of steel because steel is what we're going to use as the deciding factor for this. So for now, I'm going to tell it if there's at least 10 steel in the system, the emit when levels are above or equal to this limit, that means that a redstone signal will only happen when I have at least 10 steel in the system. Because what I'm going to be doing here is I only want the furnace to be active when I'm under a certain level. I'm going to switch this to emit when levels are below or equal to the limit. So right now I think we have 20 some odd steel still in the system. We have 23. So because that's under the 10 that I specified, there's no redstone signal. So if I switch this to face the precision export bus here, nothing happens. It's not importing anything because this is only active if the level emitter is emitting a signal. Now, ideally what I do is I typically want to have around 200 to 300 steel ingots available at any time. So I'm going to change this to 256. And now the signal is active. You can't see it, but while it's imported iron, obviously, as much as it had in the system, it will not actually create more iron. But one thing I can do is actually set it here to move a single item or a craft. So it goes, oh, well, we need to put more iron in the system, but we have no more iron in the inventory system. So now it's already smelted it. But you'll notice there's iron passing through here. It already crushed some iron powder and it's smelted it. So those get dumped into here, and it will keep doing that until that maxes out. So that's a nice way of ensuring that this will always be full of iron ingots, unless of course I just run out of iron ore altogether. Now I need more coal coke, and that is working its way here. I need an import bus to be able to pull this stuff out. There we go, so I'll pull the coal coke out, and it is theoretically in here. You just don't see it at the moment because of the fact it's now using that coal coke to burn in the furnace. But if I put that one extra I had there, so now we have it. So now it'll obviously let that go up to 64, and anytime I use a coal coke, it'll put another one in there as long as I have it in my AE network. Now, one thing here though is I might want to limit how much coal it uses, because coal is useful for various different things. So I'm going to create a second level emitter. I just have to wait for it to craft the, well, I actually have iron on me, I'll just dump it all in here. That should give me my level emitter. And you will notice that in my crafting monitor it shows it needs to mix 6 coal coke. That is because that is what this system is requesting right now. So you can actually see if I had more things that were being auto-crafted if was required, those recipes would show up in here. So if I get to a point where I'm running out of a particular resource and I don't necessarily realize it because of my automated network, that crafting monitor will let me know what I need to find. I'm also going to have to remove this because we need at least a precision export bus in order to use the level emitter effectively. So there we go, it's been created. See how wonderful this is getting now that this stuff is auto-crafted? It's so much less work. Alright, and we want this again to only be active with a signal. Single items again is fine. We will add our level emitter, and we want it to operate as long as there's at least, we'll say, well, just to show you an example, I'll say 3,000 coal, and it has to be above the limit because we want to have at least 3,000 coal left in our inventory. So because right now we only have about 2,700 coal, the signal is off. It goes, oh, well, the coal inventory that we have is getting below the reserves that I want to keep. So we're not going to put more coal into the furnace here. But if I say, well, I don't need 3,000 coal in the system, let's just say we'll set that to 750. Well, now it will continuously make coal coke until I just need to specify I wanted to put in coal, but it will continuously make coal coke until either it can't make more coal coke, like for example, if my oil in here gets maxed out again, or if my coil reserves go under 750. So if I go in here, for example, I don't even know where I can put all that coal right now. I think I have some chests. So if we take out enough coal to get below that limit, and so now in the system there's only 566. You'll note the signal is now off, and it's not putting any more coal into the system. So these are examples of ways you can use the system to either have it automatically craft a new item, in this case steel ingots. If I don't have a certain number of steel ingots in my system, and here's a nice way of auto-crafting stuff as long as I have a surplus of a particular item. Well, that's it for this episode. When we move forward, we're actually, for real this time, going to start on carpentry stuff, and we're going to get more involved with beam manipulation.